So for today's practice, there are no props particularly that you'll need, but it's always useful to have a couple of bricks or books if they're available to you. Today's practice is an all-over flow, just moving into all the bits of the body that get a little bit tight, a little bit tense. And as always, the general rule of thumb is don't do anything that hurts you. Rest when you need to. It's good to be reminded that yoga isn't a competitive sport, not even with yourself. So with all that in mind, let's just begin this practice as we move from the out there and then to the here and now. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on the ground beside you. And close your eyes if that's comfortable. And as you close your eyes now, just start to notice everything that grounds you to the earth. Can you drop down into the hips a little bit? And maybe you need to wiggle a little bit just to find what you consider to be your center. Where the head is balanced over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And when you find that place, just start to gently elevate the upper chest, elongate the spine. And start to connect to the best breath that you've done so far today. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out as you relax the jaw. And let the tongue roll up to the roof of the mouth. Just notice any tensing in the jaw area. And take a while to find the breath, to connect to your natural rhythm of breath. And then start to shape your breath, where we're matching our inhale with exhale. Notice where the breath moves to. Perhaps you feel it moving into the side ribs. Perhaps you feel a gentle lift in the upper chest where this hand is resting. And it's a good reminder sometimes that yoga is a breathing practice. We add movement, but it is a breathing practice. So 4 more rounds of breath together now, where we match the length of our inhale with the exhale, known as samavritti. I'll notice as we begin this practice, any expectations or demands that you're putting on yourself, can you let all those go? Let go of all the shoulds and just really be here with yourself as you are. So now let's add some movement to this breath, and we'll just begin by changing the cross of our legs. And take both hands to the ground now as you root down into the fingertips. Feel that elongation of the spine. As you inhale, bring those arms up towards the sky, touch your fingers. Exhale, bring them back down again. Just use this as a little tool to match your movement with breath, something simple initially. Keep the spine nice and tall. Yogi Bhajan said, we do not judge our age in years, but by the elasticity of our spine. So let's all be 7 or 8 today. Final time, this time inhale, fingertips touch. And as we touch the fingers now, let's lean over to the right. Keep the fingers touching. Feel that little pull in the left waist. Lean back, take a deep breath into the left waist. And then take the right hand down as the left arm goes a little higher up and over. Now turn the heart towards the sky, spread each of those fingers and breathe all the way down into the left waist. And just remind yourself, this is unhurried. We've got nowhere to dash off to. We're just here in our bodies, being present. One more deep breath. And as we breathe in, we lift up those left fingers and take them behind us now for a twist. The right hand comes across. Breathing in, we grow tall. Breathing out, lightly press against that left thigh to rotate your spine. Lift the chin, breathe into the back of your body now and sideways into the ribs. Notice if the right shoulder is tensing. Can you allow it to soften and drop? Do one more deep breath. Come back to center. Let the hands rest on the knees. Close your eyes. Do you have any differences? Do you feel more aware of the right side perhaps as you breathe? It's the presence that we bring to this practice that makes it potent. Inhale, lift those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lean to the left. Sorry, both hands lifted. I'm really present there, not. Breathe in. Soften the right waist. Now bring the left hand to the floor as the right arm comes up and over. Breathe all the way down to the right waist. I always think when I teach, I say the things that I need to hear really more than anybody else. Inhale, let's rise up. Take the fingers behind you. Left hand comes across. Grow tall. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Draw your belly in. Maybe you turn a little bit more. One more deep breath. Come back to center. Both hands rest on knees. Breathe into the whole body. As you breathe out, relax the jaw. One more time. And now let's come on to hands and knees. And often on hands and knees, we can remind ourselves that we are animals on the earth. And there's a line from a Mary Oliver poem, let the soft animal of your body do what it loves. So let's take that into motion now. Do what you love. Do you need to circle the waist? Do you need to rest back on the heels? Do you need to come back into cat and cow as you inhale, lift the heart, and as you exhale, round? Just move in a way initially that helps you gather intelligence about how your body is today. Because every day is different. I think cat and cow is just one of the best things to do to loosen up our back. And moving with breath now, let's all do a cat and cow. As you inhale, heart rises, tummy drops. Exhale, press the floor away and tuck the chin. 2 more just like that. Notice your thoughts, but try not to give them too much attention. Very often they're not really worth listening to. And let's come back to a neutral spine. Lift that lower belly. Let's just take that right leg back now and stretch our calf muscle. The toes are down, the heel is back. Breathing in, lengthen the spine forward. Keep pressing into the heel. And then come up onto the toes and then press the heel back again. Do that 2 more times. Remember, we're moving with breath. That's our aim. Inhale forward. Exhale, your heel kicks back. And now let's bend that right knee as the foot comes to the sky and do little pulses there. You're noticing what's going on in your hip today, the glute. And now extend that right leg back like you're making a footprint behind you as you lift up the left arm too. And as you reach forward, kick back, take a breath. And as you exhale, bring elbow towards your knee. Inhale, extend out. Now listen to this. As you exhale, right foot to the right a little, left arm to the left. That's tricky. Inhale back to center. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, left arm to left, right leg to right. Do it slowly if you can. 1 more of those. And now take the left hand down as we drop to the side plane. The right foot comes down, we press the little toe down and we lift our right arm up. Reach into right fingers, take a deep breath. And very slowly take that arm behind you and around. Just sweepy big circle around the body. And notice, how is your shoulder today? Is it crunchy? Is it smooth? Every day is different. Next time that right arm comes up, you might add a lift of the right leg, kicking into the heel, lift the heart and take a breath. Yeah, we're just stretching, strengthening, really responding to the body's needs. 1 more breath. And now let's take that right shin down as we feed the right arm underneath. Take your right cheek down, lengthen the left arm and just breathe into the back of the shoulders as you place a little bit of body weight onto the right shoulder. 2 breaths. No rush. Time to take your right waist back if you can. And slowly, let's come on to all fours. So in between sides, you might do a few more of those cat and cow spine movements, or you might be ready for a downward facing dog. Bend the knees slightly, press your heart towards your thighs, pedal out the feet in a very slow way. And so when we move quickly, we're quite disconnected. And then just pause in your downward facing dog, making your arms as long as possible, keeping the gaze between your toes, and take 2 deep breaths, filling up the back of your body. Notice those thoughts again. They're just energies. Don't give them any attention. One more breath. Be in this body. And let's drop down onto hands and knees. And pause there as you land. Just rock forward and back a little bit. Up the hands and replace them. Left foot comes back now with the heel back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And lift the left heel up. Forward tummy in to support you. Bend the left knee and just do little pulses. Waking up those big muscles that we sit on. Now let's take the right arm in front, extend the left leg back again, and do that little pan. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, we extend. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right hand to right, left hand to side, back. Elbow to knee. One more time. And come back. Come back to center. Take the right hand down. And this time we should turn the opposite way. I have my back to you now. Extend the left arm up towards the sky. Take a huge breath in. And circle that left arm around. Really big circles, feeling how crunchy the shoulders are. And next time that left arm comes up again, maybe we lift it up, kicking into the heel. Take a huge breath in. Exhale, just soften. Keep spreading the left toes and pressing into the left heel. One more deep breath. And we bring the left shin down as we feed the left arm underneath us now. A little bit of body weight onto the left shoulder. Breathing in. And in. Let's come back. Spread the hands wide, knees under hips. Let's come back into downward facing dog. And do little bounces now. Just get the flow of lymph going, the energy going. Check out the head. Let go of anything that's stuck there. Come to stillness now, but feel that subtle flow of energy that we've just woke up. So stay on all fours if that's where you need to be. Otherwise, coming forward into a plank as you breathe in. Coming back into down dog as you breathe out. Do that 3 more times, building upper body strength. Next time we're in plank, we're going to pause there, press the heels back, lengthen the spine as you look forward, pull the tummy in, drop onto your knees, slowly roll down onto the thighs, pubic bone, chest, forehead. Hands either side of you, elbows tucked in, breathing in as you roll up into a cobra. Exhale, come back down again. Press into your toenails. Do 3 more of those, waking up the spine. Remember, we judge our age in the elasticity of our spine. Final time, maybe we stay up. See if we can hover the hands to about 1 centimetre. Squeeze those elbows in. Feel the strength in your back as you take 2 breaths. Hands come down. Let's sit back briefly into child's pose. Toes together, forehead down. Just take a moment to settle. So anytime you need a break or a rest, come to this shape. Breathe all the way down to the kidneys and the lower back, side ribs, all the way up to your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths just like that. And very slowly, let's make our way up onto all fours. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Gently walk the way forward to the front of the mat. And with your feet hip width apart, lift and spread all of your toes. And then root each toe down. And then with your hands, just rub the back of your legs. Just connect to this human body, this vehicle for this lifetime. Feel the muscles, maybe the ligaments, all the way down to your ankles. And then drape the fingers down as you pull the tummy in, really slowly unravel your spine like a little ragdoll waking up, and roll the shoulders back. And as you come to stand now, feel how tall you are. Take a deep breath into the whole body. So we're going to do 2 rounds of Surya Namaskara, sun salutations, giving thanks that the sun rose today, just like we did. So pressing your hands together, lift up the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, moving with breath. Exhale, come to a fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back with the left foot, drop the left knee. So it's 1 breath per move. Breathing in, pressing to the right big toe as the arms lift up. Take your time. Exhale, hand comes down, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to a push-up. Drop the knees or not now as you exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, roll up into a back bend. Exhale, come down. Breathing in, let's press back to downward facing dog. 1 breath in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, press back into the heel. Exhale, left foot forward, drop the right knee. Press into the left big toe as you rise up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down, right foot comes in to join the left. Breathing in, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Breathe in, sweep those arms up and head. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. Feel your feet. Feel the fingers touching. Let's do that on the other side. Breathing in, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg steps back, right knee comes down. Breathing in, reach high. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Breathe your way forward into plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rising up into a back bend. Exhale to lower. Soft bend in the knees as you press back to downward facing dog. Breathe in downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg rises. Breathing out, right foot comes forward, left knee drops. Breathing in, arms rise up. Exhale, hands come down, left foot comes to meet the right. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out to fold. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment, take a breath. Acknowledge all thoughts and then let them flow through you. We give our energy away to our thoughts, and often they're very disempowering. Let's come through a standing sequence now. Breathing in, we'll do this twice. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Step back, downward facing back dog. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Breathe in, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot comes forward. So keep the left knee lifted now as you rise up to a high lunge. Tall spine, fingers lift, bend a little bit into that back knee. So we're going to move in a little pattern now with breath. As you inhale, reach tall. As you exhale, come forward and take your fingers behind, strengthening the hip. Inhale, come tall again. This time as you exhale, we twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, we come forward. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, we twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, we come back up. Exhale, we come forward. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we have a twist. Just moving that energy through. Breathe in now as we come into our high lunge. And now drop the left heel as we come into warrior two. I'll just change my standing position. So warrior two, from the heart to the fingers, we reach out. Bend your right knee, make sure it's over your middle toe. And now press the weight into the left heel. And as you gaze forward at your middle finger, take 3 full deep breaths. Just focus on this next breath. And then slide your left hand down your leg as your right arm rises. Breathe into the right lung now. Exhale, bend the right knee a little bit more. Take 2 more deep breaths. Breathe in, warrior two. Frame your front foot, downward facing dog. And you can stay in dog, you can rest in child's, or you can flow, coming forward to plank, lowering to the earth. Breathing into your back bend and coming back into downward facing dog. And just take a moment to feel your feet and feel your hands. And as you breathe out, just say to yourself, I'm here. Two more breaths. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Press away with the right heel as you rise up into your high lunge. Nice tall spine, drop that right thigh. Inhale, fingers reach. Exhale, come forward, fingers behind. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back this time. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we come forward. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we twist. One more in your own breathing pattern. Really keep it a nice, slow, steady pace. And this time, linger in the high lunge. Reach so tall now, lift the heart, take a breath. And drop the right heel this time, warrior two. Fingers extend out, gaze forward, drop into that front thigh. Press into the right heel. 3 full deep breaths. And then once again, slide that right hand down, lift that left arm up, breathe into the whole body. And next 2 breaths directly to the left waist. Breathe your way back up into warrior two. Let's come through the flow. Hands either side, back to dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up to your back bend. And then come into downward facing dog for 2 breaths. And now let's find a little respite again in child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. Forehead on the ground or your hands. Feel the breath in the lower back, side ribs, all the way up to the shoulders. And as you breathe out, just soften. And we're here for 5 long, luxurious breaths. And decide if this is a place for you to stay for the rest of the practice. Well, let's get up and do 1 more round of standing poses, and then we'll do more rest. Let's lift ourselves back up into downward facing dog. 2 full deep breaths. Breathing in, right leg rises. Breathing out, right foot between the hands. Breathing in, rise up to the high lunge. Breathing out, come forward, fingers behind you. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward. Breathing in, rise up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Stay here this time, and you either stay here or you might just tip back. Right hand comes to that back leg as the left arm lifts. And really consciously breathe into the left lung. There might be a sense of tightness there. Can you breathe in one more time? Inhale, arms lift. And once again, we come back into warrior two. Reach from heart to fingertips, gaze forward, 2 breaths. Lean your body back again. We're back into reverse warrior, 2 breaths into the right lung. And then forearm to thigh, keep the left arm behind you and reach into your left fingers. And now take a circle down to the ground, a half circle. And as the arm starts to come up and over your ear, rotate your body with it. Keep the arm over your ear as you reach into that far corner and consciously press into the left heel. Pull the tummy in and take 3 deep breaths. And now look back to the ground, take your hand down and turn the feet as you pivot into a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. Walk the hands further forward, further than the head, lift the heart and chest. And either stay here as you press your thigh bones back, or maybe you fold a little bit deeper. The hamstrings will be talking to you, so just soften there and see if you can breathe with what is. Let the head be weighty and heavy, and just breathe. And very slowly lift up halfway. Take the hands beneath you. And this is a really strange transition now. We're going to turn our right foot forward. Our right finger's just in front of the right toes. We're going to lift up our left leg. Just like we did earlier in our warm-up, we're going to start to unravel. The left arm lifts. Kick into the left heel. Find your balance. Some days it's just not there. So say, hey, balance isn't there today. There's no drama. 2 more deep breaths. And look down as you steadily land back into warrior two. Take a breath. Reverse the warrior, reach into the fingers. Come all the way up and let's come through another flow. So we've got 1 more to go after this. Coming back to down dog, forward into plank, lower to the earth. Breathing in, we rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how you feel. You might feel the energy coursing through you. Come back to this next breath. Sigh away all the moments before this one. Let it all go. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot comes between hands. Breathing into that high lunge. Exhale, we come forward, fingers back. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, forward, fingers behind you. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Pause here, kick back into that right heel. Stay or lean back. Left hand back, right arm reaches up and we breathe into the right side of our body. 2 more deep, deep breaths. Inhale, we rise up. Warrior two. Find your feet, reach into fingers. Breathing in, we reverse. 3 breaths. Slowly come up, forearm down. Right arm circles down. And as it comes up and over our ear, we rotate our body with it. And just feel that long line from the outer right foot to right fingers. Breathe into that long line. Look down to the ground. And again, we're pivoting into a forward fold. The feet are parallel. Inhale, the heart rises. This time we're hooking onto our big toes if we can with our peace fingers, or we might hold onto our ankles or somewhere else. Let the head weight be weighty. And breathe. You let the head get a little heavier, a little closer to the earth for the next 2 breaths. As you breathe out, just say, I am here. Release the big toes. So again, we're just going to turn your left foot to the front of the mat. We're coming into half moon from here. Left fingertips just in front of the toes. We lift up the right leg. We might stay looking down, or we might open our hips to the side and reach into our right fingers. And we breathe. And as John Kabat-Zinn said, as long as we're breathing, there's more right with us than wrong with us. So reminding ourselves, we're so lucky to be here. And let's super slowly come back into Warrior Two. Deep, deep breath. And now our final vinyasa. Hands come down, leg comes back. Let's come through our flow. And pause in downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, feel the long arms, the long legs. Breathe into your whole body. Sigh it all away. Lift up the heels, look forward, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Hold. Little bend in the knees as we breathe our way up. Hands to heart. And close your eyes, one hand to heart, one hand to tummy. Just this connection with yourself. Remind yourself you're here, this beating heart. And come back to this moment now with breath. Ways to anchor ourselves into the present is to simply notice what you can hear, perhaps outside. And perhaps inside. So let's pull the weight now as we come into a balance. We're going to pull the weight into our right foot. I'm going to face you and lift the left knee out to the side. So that left heel might rest on your ankle, to your shin, or to your thigh. Take the hands to prayer at the heart center and lift your gaze. Find those smooth, steady breaths again. This might be where you stay. Or you might take that left palm to the bent knee and sweep the right arm up towards the sky. And then just slightly tilt to the side. So wobbles are still balances. So just notice there's no need for judgment. Just breathe into the right side of your body. Slowly lift up. Now see if you can manage a twist. So take that right arm to the thigh, left hand to lower back. See if you can look over your back shoulder. 2 to 3 breaths. And from here, I'm just going to pivot. We're going to take that left knee forward and then behind you for Warrior Three. So by now that ankle might feel really burning. So tips might touch. You might take your arms behind you or maybe in front. Just find balance or not. Just take a few breaths. And let's come back up again. One hand to heart, one hand to tummy. Come back to now. And let's do all of that on the side too. And sorry, actually, before we do, just lift up your right ankle and circle it. So balances are great for our bones, good for our, what we call proprioception. Not always good for our ego, but actually they are, because sometimes we need to keep it in check. So let's take our left leg as your standing leg and place that right foot somewhere that isn't the side of the knee on the body. Hands to prayer. Take your time, press that left thigh bone back, lift your heart. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come back to that even breath that we began with. And then take that right palm to rest on the thigh. Like just stay where you are, otherwise lift the left arm up. Maybe you tilt to the side. And what you can't see here on camera is that I'm actually holding my roof, because there's no way I'm balanced today. I've got jet lag. 2 to 3 breaths. So things are never what they seem, are they? Let's lift ourselves up and try a twist. That left hand comes across, right hand comes behind, looking over the right shoulder. And let's come forward, hands to heart. Let's take that right leg back. Kick into the right heel, breathing in and breathing out. Find your balance, whatever that looks like today. Actually, I'm balancing now. I've got invisible little pixies holding my foot up. And slowly, slowly come back. Lift the arms up to the sky. Take a moment to open our energy body now. Hands, feet apart, arms up. Feel the energy moving through you. Take a big, deep breath. And just celebrate. We're really here now together, practicing yoga. All is good. And then drop the hands down. So we're going to come down to the ground now. We'll come through a specific squat. So if your knees are a little bit iffy, I would say avoid this. Heels together, toes out, like little duck feet. Then lift up your heels and slowly, slowly, let's come down to the ground. So just pause in this squat with your hands at prayer. And then we're going to fold down. So the hands rest on the earth. We tuck our chin, really rounding into the back as you gently press into the hands. So if you are familiar with crow pose, you might do that now. So either stay where you are or lift up your bum and you bend your elbows like we did when we come to the ground in our vinyasas. And we take the knees to our upper arms. And then we might play with lifting one toe, then the other. And we see how that looks today. And very gently we land back into our squat. And as light as a feather, we come down to the ground. Well done. So you might use a brick now for what we're about to do next. So coming down onto the back. So we're going to come into some back bends now. So your first option is to keep the knees hip width apart, press into the heels and lift up your hips, interlace the palms beneath you. So that's our first option. Second option is to take a brick or a book, place it underneath our sacrum, the triangular bone at the base of the spine. So if you are doing a more active bridge, stay for as long as you can and then come down and put the brick underneath you. Or we go straight to the brick. So soften, settle. And as we use the brick, we can really let go of our muscles because we don't need those to hold us up. So just allow the shoulders to rest. Let the palms come up. Close your eyes. So lightly tuck the chin. So if you're in an active back bend now, just join us when you're ready. We're going to be here for about a minute, just evening out inhale with exhale. Come back to the present moment if you've drifted off somewhere else and take 3 more full deep breaths. And if you have drifted off somewhere else, just smile at yourself for being a human being. And then press into the feet as you gently lift your hips, remove the brick. And slowly dropping each vertebrae down, and take a moment there in stillness. One hand to heart, one hand to tummy. Land back in your body as the spine resets. Deep breaths. And then wiggle those knees together as the feet come wide. So your knock-kneed, the phrase is take your arms out to the side and then just slowly move the knees to the right. Take a moment to pause. Press your left knee towards the ground. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, knees to the left. Try and ease that right knee down to the ground. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Stay here this time. Wiggle that left knee away from you. Lift your left arm up over your head towards the back. And just really pull that left wrist. I feel like you're just breathing all the way down the left side of the body. Notice any gripping, especially around the outer hip area, the glutes, the buttock. 2 more breaths into your left side. Slowly, slowly come up. Knees to the left this time. As the knees drop to the left, wiggle your right knee as far down towards the ground as you can as you hold onto the right wrist and lengthen the right side. 3 deep breaths. And very slowly come up. Bring those knees in towards your chest now. Give yourself a little hug. Hold on to your toes or your ankles as you take a happy baby, just rocking side to side. Feel which parts feel tight, which pits don't. You might want to straighten the legs out. Just try and really enjoy your body, just like a happy baby would. And then bring those feet together. Come all the way down. So we're going to come into restoratives now. Nice ways to replenish your energy at times of high stress or times when you're really busy. So move your legs to the right foot to the right, left ankle stacks on top. Take your arms overhead in a little frame. That might involve holding elbows or more likely somewhere in the forearms. And then lean over to the right. Drop that left shoulder back. And we're going to be here for 2 minutes. All a luxury. So close your eyes, soften the face. And just focus on breathing into the left side of your body. And I went to a class recently and my teacher said, let's take a moment to take in the moment. So just do that now, not be overwhelmed by plans. Just this beautiful moment that we're sharing together. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, breathe into this moment. It is a beautiful moment. Just staying present for the next minute. Take 3 more deep breaths. Each breath get a little deeper. And then very slowly unravel. Bring yourself back to center. Bend the knees. Bring the nose in line with the knees, then we know our spine is long and straight. And just rest hands on your body. Take 3 deep centering breaths. And let's do all of that on side 2 now. So we're wiggling the left foot out to the side. We're sitting the right ankle on top. Take the frame overhead. So whichever way you go to hold, take the opposite forearm on top. Lean to the left now. And soften here for 2 minutes. Close your eyes. And again, take a moment to take in this moment, all that we have, all that we're grateful for. We'll never get this moment again. So see if you can really be here as you focus on your breath. So we have 1 more minute to go. Just stay with the breath. And again, take 3 more full deep breaths. Finish with a little sighing breath. And then come back to center. Let's bend the knees, take the feet flat. This time add a little bit of symmetry. So we're taking the feet together and the knees wide. Just flutter those knees as we come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Rest the hands on your hip points, maybe your tummy. Maybe you'd like to just smooth out your hip flexors, give them a little rub. And then again, just come to settle here, not so long. Just take a few full deep breaths. Notice where the breath moves to. This is a good way to help us stay present. So feeling the belly rise. And then just like you're closing a book, take your left knee and bring it all the way over to rest on the right knee. Right hand rests on your rib cage, and then the left arm reaches up and behind you. Look over that left shoulder. Here for about 5 deep breaths. And slowly, slowly, slowly bring those knees to the center. And then just move them a little bit the other way. Again, the left hand rests on the rib cage, or right hand comes up and over, and just take a moment there to breathe. Soften the right shoulder, the right lung. And bring those knees to center and let the legs float up to the sky now. Make little fists with the hand by wrapping your fingers around your thumbs and circle the joints. Just mobilizing the joints. And now we're just going to shake it all out. Get rid of any last little bit of stuck energy. Shake fingers, shake toes. And then slowly, slowly come down into your resting pose of Shavasana. And don't you deserve this? So don't skimp on it. Make it super comfortable. I'm just going to sit up. You make sure you get rested. Feel the weight of your body now dropping down into the earth. And congratulate yourself for showing up today. Just scan the body for any last little bits of tension. Soften the backs of the eyes. Again, let the tongue roll up into the roof of the mouth and relax and release the throat. And this is a poem called The Cure for It All by Julie Ferrenbacher. It's certainly helped me lately. Go gently today, don't hurry, or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are? How kind. Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You are human, not God. Don't be so arrogant. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open a window, even if it's cold outside. Sit, close your eyes, breathe, allow. The river of it all to pulse through eyelashes, fingertips, bare toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing to be anything different. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. Rest, breathe, just allow now. Close your eyes, trust that I'm here watching the time. And just take these last few moments to deeply, deeply rest. And just start to make your breathing slightly deeper. Spread your fingers. Spread your toes. Do what your body needs most now. Is it an overhead stretch or a little curl up into a little ball? And really take your time to come up to a comfortable seat. There's no rush. And you come up to a comfortable seat, just as we did earlier. Can you find your center? Where is that space where your head is just over your ears? Sorry, head is over your shoulders even, shoulders over hips. Elongate the spine. And take a deep breath in, rising up the hands. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I'm so grateful. Namaste.